Hello and welcome to our festive edition of the Gaily Digest. It's Christmas in a few days, and we are going to be talking all things festive. We have got in conversation, we have got Christmas movies, and we've got a festive complaints closet. And I've just realised I've forgotten to introduce myself.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to do my 2 words in this intro.
So, I am Nigel.
And I am Joshua. There you go.
Eventually, we got there, didn't we?
Actually, that was 3 words, not 2.
You know what? I was so carried away because it's Christmas in a few days, and I love Christmas. I'm so excited about Christmas, and I'm excited about this episode that I literally just forgot who I was. But anyway, without further ado, let's crack on with the show. I think the best thing about Christmas is presents. I like presents. Do you like presents?
I don't say no to a present.
You don't say no to anything most of the time.
To make me sound like some sort of slapper.
You've slapped me a few times.
Well, again in a
minute. So Christmas presents. Obviously Christmas is the time for giving and receiving. Oh God, this is going to be so full of puns, this show.
I think I said that last year.
Oh dear. But yes, so Christmas presents. Sometimes we get good presents, sometimes we get really shit presents. What's your experience with presents, Josh? Do you mostly get good presents, or have you had really shoddy presents or shit presents?
Well, I usually tell people what to get me. Because that way it's something I actually want and something I need, and it's not something that
I've seen your lists, and they're always expensive things.
Yeah, but now I'm older. I don't need all this tat that some people buy me. Like some people,
socks.
but no. Listen, I'm at an age now where you can never have too many socks. That's how I know I'm getting old. No, like people buy me things that I don't need. I don't want it. And now, like a jigsaw. Why do I want a jigsaw? I received a jigsaw once, and I was like, have I reached the age where I look like I want a jigsaw?
When you say jigsaw, are you talking jigsaw puzzle or jigsaw as in the tool?
Well, either of them would be a terrible gift for me. No, it was a jigsaw.
I couldn't see you doing much DIY.
It was a jigsaw puzzle, and it wasn't even like something cool that I'd like Pokemon or something. It was like kind of like a countryside or something. I was like, what is this? and then I'd instantly just think, well, you don't know me, do you? You looked at that and thought, yeah, he looks like the kind of person who wants to sit and spend 7 hours building a jigsaw of a field just to break it up and put it back in a box again and then go in the cupboard and never be seen again.
You know what? You could donate them to my parents because they love doing jigsaw puzzles.
I don't get jigsaws because you just break them up after.
Trouble is, they do them and then they put them into stacks into the outhouse. And
they
just stay there forever.
Yeah, and then it's down to your poor children, everybody, once you're gone, to deal with all these bloody jigsaws that end up in a charity shop, and then people buy them for people for Christmas. It's an endless cycle of jigsaws.
Endless fun. Endless entertainment for people. So my experiences with Christmas presents, I'm going to talk about Secret Santa, because Secret Santa, I think, is one of those things that it can be fun. And it can be
I wouldn't be good at that.
You see, whenever I've done Secret Santa, right, I try to learn a little bit about the person that I've picked, so that I can try and get them something that is fitting for them, and some thought goes into it, and it's within the price range, because sometimes they say like a fiver, a tenner, whatever, So I try to put a bit of thought into it, and I get them relatively decent presents within the price range. However, people don't seem to do the same for me. One year, I got a tie. A plain, bland tie, and that was it. One year, now some thought did go into this, and it was quite clever, and it was quite funny. But it was a shower gel that someone had bought from Ann Summers that was called "This shower gel looks like spunk," which I
Oh,
found
lovely.
which I found quite funny. Um, and I enjoyed that. Another year, and this will shock you. Another year, someone gave me what I can only describe as the contents of their previous year's Christmas crackers. So
Oh my God.
you know those shoddy little gifts you get in Christmas crackers, like those little small photo frames,
A little
nail
comb.
clippers and stuff. Yeah, things like that. It was literally all that bundled together into like a little mini hamper thing, and it was like you've just recycled you've not spent money on this. You've just recycled an old set of Christmas crackers. You've
Can
thought,
I just
yeah,
say
we won't
that
have these
is?
this year. We'll just empty them, and it would just. And I'm like, so I spent money on someone, and someone did that to me. You bastards.
Can I just say though? That's why I says I'd be bad at it because that's something I'd do. Not because I'm cheap, but because you don't know that I got it for you, and it's hilarious that you're going to end up with some tat. I would. This is how I'd get rid of my jigsaws. I'd gift something that I don't want, but I can't bother to get rid of.
You know what you could do? You could secretly every year just give them a,
Jigsaw.
well, no, not just a pieces of that same jigsaw, so it takes them X amount of years
You
to actually get
you
all the
over you
pieces to
over
complete.
you overestimate how long I want to be friends with people.
Who said you were friends with them? This could be someone that you hate. It's
But if
the
I hate
ultimate
them,
challenge,
yeah,
isn't
if I
it?
hate them and I've got a 500-piece puzzle, I've got to deal with them for 500 years. Doesn't the math ain't mathing? Or
I,
I'd give them
I
a
didn't say a
jigsaw.
piece. I didn't say a piece. A collection of pieces. So like it's a 500-piece jigsaw. You could give them like 100 pieces a year or something for over 5 years.
No, what I would do is I would give them a jigsaw because I want to get rid of it anyway, and then I'd take one piece out.
One piece, and then that's
Yeah,
it.
and then next
That,
year I'll give them that one piece.
oh.
That's my level. That's what I would do. That's why I couldn't do Secret Santa because I would do something like that because they wouldn't know it was
That's
me.
that's your level. Oops, excuse me.
Lovely. God, I'm so funny. I
No,
made you heave.
no, that wasn't a heave. That was a burp.
Ugh.
Oh, oh, that is your level of pettiness, though. I love it. It's a festive in conversation. So we're going to be talking about what are we going to be talking about, Josh?
I can't remember.
Christmas, you muppet.
Oh.
It's the Christmas episode. We're talking
I
about
thought, no, but I thought
Christmas.
you wanted me to be specific. Ah,
No, no. But we are going to be talking about Christmas. We're going to be talking about Christmas, what it means to us, our special memories of Christmas, and yes, I know we've talked about Christmas presents already, but we're also going to throw in a little bit about what our most ideal Christmas present would be. Now that's going to give Josh some thought because I've just thrown that one in and he wasn't expecting that, so he's going to have plenty of time over this conversation to think about that when we
debatable.
come to the end.
I'll probably have forgotten that question by the time you get to it.
Probably, probably. So Christmas, what does it mean to you, Josh? What's what's so special about it for you?
Uh, I'm trying to think now. Lots of people say getting with family and all that stuff, which kind of, but I kind of like to be by myself a lot. So I
Mm,
kind of I kind of like that it's an excuse for me to hide away, not have to do anything, just relax inside in the warm, playing my video games, reading a book,
mm.
cuddling up to the dogs, and having lots of nice Christmas snacks, things like that.
Oh, you know what? There's nothing better than cuddling up to the dogs.
As soon as I put my hoodie on, they all climb in, and then I'm stuck. But yeah, I'm not a fan of like the family gatherings and stuff. I'll go to them, but I'm not a fan of them because
Mm.
I don't have a very large social battery. So very quickly, I'm bored of everybody and I want to go home. So, but I like to see family because obviously I get to see family that I don't see for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So I do like that. But mostly for me, it's just I'm at home, it's cozy, I'm watching nice Christmas films, or I'm on my video games and with the dogs and lots of nice Christmas snacks and things like that. I like that's what I like to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with you there. It's all the special things about Christmas. I mean, for me, Christmas, I I do like getting with the family. I do have a relatively decent social battery, and I do enjoy the time that we spend together because we do have a laugh, me and my family, and particularly when my mother gets drunk. She's hilarious when she's drunk. The things she does,
Abominable.
the things she comes out with. Yeah, one year. In fact, the one word she can't or she struggles to say is abominable. And I do have a video somewhere. I do have a video somewhere of her trying to say it, and I'll see if I can. I'll see if I can get it and see if we can splice it into a part of this episode. Um, but yeah, so she's trying to say abominable, and it's all coming out wrong. It's like abominable,
Abominable. We know what's
stuff
on
like
her
that.
mind.
Oh dear. But yeah, Christmas generally at Christmas time, we all gather around Mother's for Christmas dinner and the presents, and then we'll have a bit of Christmas TV, and we'll do family games, and that can range from things like board games, card games, and all those other fun sort of games that you can play, like Cards Against Humanity and stuff like that. Like the really dark humor sort of stuff. Um, but I think everybody does their Christmas in a different way, don't they? Some people, a lot of people will wake up in the morning, they'll all open their presents, and then that's it, and then they'll just drink, eat, and chill for the day. We do things a little bit differently in our family, and what we do is we used to do like a couple of little presents in the morning, especially when me and my sister were kids, because we couldn't wait until present opening in the afternoon. Then the family will all come round, they'll all gather, we'll have a couple of drinks whilst dinner's cooking, then we'll have dinner, and then after dinner, we tidy up, we settle down, and then we start handing out the presents.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
we
the
do the
opposite
present,
to that.
and then we do the present opening, then we chill, and then we watch a bit of TV and then play games. I like that. I like doing it that way. I think because we've done it for so long, it's a tradition, and I quite like it because it breaks the day up and it keeps the anticipation going throughout the day for the presents.
Mm.
And it gives you something to look forward to during the day, because I think a lot of people see Christmas as it's about the presents. As soon as you get the presents in the morning, it's almost like that's it, it's done now. Going to eat, and then that's it. We're just going to chill and do our own things. And I just think that kind of takes away some of the
Well,
sort of.
I actually have to travel around to meet all my family, so I kind of have the present openings multiple times throughout the
Mm.
day. So I guess kind of, but like with me and Ash have this tradition that you do not agree with, which is you will one day, where the last week of Christmas, every other day, I will give him a present. It's like the little presents, not the big presents or the main ones. It's like little ones, and I give
Mm.
him one every other day of these little presents to like build up to the day.
Mm.
Tried to do that with you. You weren't having none of it. You was like, no, I want them all on the same day. And then even on the day when you get them, you're like, no, I'm not opening them till after
Although,
dinner.
although to be fair, I have compromised. I have compromised, and we do a present in the morning.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, but it's a compromise, isn't it? It's a
And
compromise. It's an early present.
whilst I'm looking at all the others that I know
In
the
fact,
shape of them, and I'm like, I
in
want
fact,
that one.
in fact, tell a lie. There was also a Christmas Eve present, wasn't there, as well? So there was one the day before, there was one in the morning, and then it was the main presents after dinner. So
Well,
we've kind of blended the two traditions a
we've
little bit.
merged them.
Yeah, which I think is a fair way of doing it. Um, but I think it's also, I mean, we're talking about what Christmas means to us, and we talk about families and stuff like that, and how y- you go and see your family for a little bit until you're ready and you're done. Obviously, my Christmas is with my family. I think it's also it's also important here to also talk about those within the LGBT community that don't get to spend it with their families, and sometimes that is not through their own choice. Um, because we do see occasions where um, members of the LGBT community are ostracized from their families. They're cut off because they are gay, because they're lesbian, because they're bisexual, because they're transgender. Um, and I I think it's difficult because I speak from a position of a bit of privilege in that I've not experienced that. I'm lucky enough not to have been cut off like that, like yourself, and it almost makes me feel a sense of guilt around this time of year because you know there are people who aren't as lucky as us and will spend Christmas alone. Sometimes they get kicked out of their homes, and that happens across the world. It doesn't just happen here in England. It happens across the world. Um, and I think there needs to be more, I think, done to try and tackle this. Don't you think?
I think that's why we have a lot of LGBT plus people have chosen families.
Mm,
So even though it's a lot of, well, in my experience from being told by people that have been kicked from families and things just because of who they are, they said it always works out in the end. So in the end, they end up with their own little family of friends and
yeah.
things, their own chosen family, and they probably get even more love from those people than they ever did from their actual family. So,
Mm,
but I am lucky because I do have my family and things like that. I just actively choose not to go to the gatherings. But yeah, I do agree that it is a difficult, especially for people that are on their own as well. Because I was at the hospital recently, and there was an old lady next to Ash having treatment, and
mm.
she said that she's going to be spending Christmas on her own
See,
because
I
her
hate that.
son her son lives hundreds and hundreds of miles away, and she doesn't have a husband anymore, so she just
Mm,
on her own for Christmas Day. And I just think when I heard that, I was just like, it is heartbreaking how many people that there are on their own on Christmas Day.
mm. Well, it's interesting you mentioned that actually because years and years ago, there was a neighbour of ours that she was an old lady. Her husband had died. Her sons, one lived relatively local, one lived um, quite a few miles away, probably about 80 odd miles away, and they they hardly ever made the effort for her, which I thought was quite sad and
So I
tragic.
can't imagine even 80 miles. That's not far.
It's not.
You
It's not
go
at all. It's,
go
it's
get
it's
your
about an hour and a
mama.
half, if that. It's about an hour and a
Yeah.
half, if that. But this is what bothered us, and we learned she was going to be on her own on Christmas Day, and so we couldn't bear it. She was our next door neighbour. She was a lovely old lady. We couldn't bear it, so we ended up inviting her around for Christmas so that she could spend Christmas with us, so that she wasn't on her own. She could come around, she could have Christmas dinner, and bless her, she went out and got us all presents.
No.
They weren't much, but it was the thought that counts. And to be honest, we didn't expect it from her, but we yeah, so we didn't expect it from her, but she was so grateful for. not being left on her own, that she wanted to give a little back. And as I say, she was a lovely old lady, and we were just so annoyed about her sons. And I think when they came round once, when she was moving out, I think my mum gave she not so much a piece of her mind, but I think she told them what she thought of them and the fact that they'd done sod all for her. Um, but yeah, I think it's important that Christmas time is a time for doing good deeds for people, and I think those that are in the LGBT community, as you say, Josh, those that are in the LGBT community end up having their chosen families. And I do think it's important that if you have got people you know or friends that experience that kind of separation from their families, that's not through choice, reach out to them, provide them with that support, and don't leave them on their own. I know that I'd certainly invite people if I knew that they'd been kicked out of their families' home, and they were left fending for themselves. I think it's the humane thing to do. It's being human, and I think if we don't do that, we lose a sense of our humanity. Um, but yeah, so Christmas is a time for us to come together to try and end or stop any of those animosities that we might have with each other and enjoy it. Christmas time would not be Christmas time without Christmas movies. I know last year we talked about our top 5 Christmas movies, but we're going to be talking about Christmas movies in a different way this year. Now, what do you think, Josh, makes a good Christmas movie?
Depends what mood I'm in. Because I do like a really cheesy, terribly acting Christmas film, especially on Netflix. They have some terrible ones this year.
You mean like the Hallmark sort of Christmas films?
Yeah, like really cheesy, terrible acting. I do like I like those kind of films, but I also I do like a little soppy one. I do like a little cozy soppy film, like Love Actually, those kind of
That's
things.
really nice. We watched that recently, didn't we?
But then I love the funny ones like The Cranks or National Lampoon, Home Alone. You know what I mean. I like quite a large branch of
Mm.
different Christmas films.
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, the Christmas films. There's different types of them. I mean, obviously the running theme is Christmas, but then you got it's like the age-old argument, isn't it, around Die Hard? Is that a Christmas film? Is it not a Christmas film? It's a Christmas film, as is Die Hard 2.
Just because it snows,
No, but it's set at Christmas, isn't it? It's on Christmas Eve.
it's not Christmas then, is it?
But it's a Christmas. Okay, Home Alone. That's all set mostly before Christmas Day, isn't it? That's set on the build up to Christmas. Is that then not a Christmas film? Because
Do they even mention Christmas in Die Hard?
yeah, it's Christmas Eve.
Do they like mention presents or trees and all that kind of stuff like Home Alone does?
They do in Die Hard too, because he talks about going home, doesn't he, for Christmas to his daughter or something like
Well,
that.
that really mentions Christmas.
But but yeah, but like I say, there's different types of Christmas films. You've got your action Christmas films, you got your comedy Christmas films, you've got your romantic Christmas films,
You got your
um,
horrors.
you've got your horror Christmas films.
That Violent Night
Um,
is great.
See, that's
That's
sort of
like a
an act.
comedy
That's
horror kind of thing.
it's a comedy action film, I think, isn't it? I wouldn't say it's horror because it's more action because it's not like horror as in it's scaring you.
I think
It's more of a
my favorite scene of that is the attic scene. I won't say what happens, but that attic scene is that I cackle every single time I watch that.
But that is a good film. Anyone that's not seen it, Violent Night. It's got David Harbour in it, isn't it, as Santa.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a very good film. Very funny, very action packed, and a bit gruesome in places as well. I think we went to see that at the cinema, didn't we, when that came out?
Yeah.
But Christmas films, I mean, for me, I think what makes a good Christmas film is that element to it where it gives you that feel good feeling. It makes you feel warm as well. Because I think Christmas time is about it's cold outside and you're indoors, you're cozying up. You've either got some candles going, a fire going in the fireplace, hopefully not elsewhere in the house. You got your Christmas tree all lit up, you got your Christmas lights and your tinsel everywhere.
No, we've had this discussion.
I know it was your complaint on the last complaints closet about tinsel. That's why I mentioned tinsel, just to see the look on your face.
I did
It
actually
was
go to
priceless.
I did go to someone's house the other day and they had tinsel on the picture frames. I wasn't there long.
I'm not going to ask whose house it was. But yeah, so there has to be that element of that feel good feeling, that warmth, and also something funny as well, because Christmas time is meant to be a season of goodwill, season of joy, season of fun, and I think you have to have all those elements in it for it to be a good Christmas film. And I think you get that with things like Home Alone.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
the 90s and the early noughties, I don't think I've watched any Christmas films recently in the last 10 plus years that match them. It's like Christmas with the Cranks. It's hilarious, but it's also very emotional about family, community, and being
mm,
there for each other. And then the ending of that film, which I won't ruin, but that makes me really emotional as well. So I just think 90s and I think it's like 2001 that film, so very early
mm.
noughties. I just think their Christmas films, they just have a certain feel that the music and the feeling and the stories and the nostalgia. I just haven't watched any Christmas films in the recent memory that come anywhere close to those kind of films.
Now, you see, I would challenge you on that and say I think there is a film that we've watched that kind of matches so there's some comedic element to it. There's some warm family value stuff to it, and it's also an LGBTQ plus film. Single All the Way.
See,
And I mean that
I'm not gonna say that. I do enjoy that film,
I
but
I
I don't think that is anywhere near the level of like Home Alone or National
I
Lampoons, those
don't
kind of things.
I I don't think it is because they're classics, and I think it's very difficult to take on and tackle the classics. But when you're talking about the elements within those films about family values and stuff like that, and coming together and this that and the other, um, I think that film as a modern day film, I think in 10, 15 years time, or how long it is since Cranks and Home Alone came out, that could be seen as a classic.
I
And
think
we'd
it
look back
might
on that and
be,
think,
yeah, I just think it might be because these older films, the way they're set up and how Christmas was back then, that's very nostalgic to me.
mm,
It's how I remember Christmas as a kid. So the newer films, their Christmases are very modern. They're not like
yeah,
mine when I was a kid. So I think when I watch these older films, they make me feel nostalgic. They make me remember when I was a kid and the
mm.
excitement, and that's the fuzzy Christmas feeling.
I think
The
that's the thing,
modern
isn't
ones
it?
don't always give me that childhood memory feeling. So that's
Yeah,
probably why I prefer those more.
yeah, I get that, and yes, yeah, I agree with you in that respect because it is that nostalgia, and I think again it goes back to the fact that they are classics, and obviously they were films that were around when we were younger, and how we remember Christmas, and now that we're grown
What
up,
was that?
it's
What was that new one that's not long come out with Neil Patrick Harris? I forgot what it was called.
you're talking about 8-Bit Christmas.
Yeah, that's a modern film. That gives me nostalgia, fuzzy feelings because that's set kind of in the
In
modern times, but also back in the day.
Yeah,
So and like the Christmas in the mall and the style of like you used to go into the in a well we don't call it a mall, we call it a shopping centre, and in the games
yeah.
place that have like the games on display and you could have a go on the game.
Do you know what's nostalgic for that? Nostalgic about that for me?
But
Because obviously 8-bit Christmas. I mean, for those who haven't seen it, I'm not going to give too much away, but essentially the premise of the film is about the kid's goal to get a Nintendo for Christmas. The old NES, NES Entertainment System. Um, and the reason why that's nostalgic for me is because when I was younger and that was being advertised, that was what I wanted. I wanted a games console. I wanted to start gaming, and it was like the next generation of technology. Because when I was younger, we had those little handheld LCD games, and that was it. And it was like that was all reliant on bits going along the screen at the right time, but that's all it did. And there was nothing sort of more to it. So when the NES was advertised and released, and it was around the time when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were at the height of the craze, for us when we were kids, and they released, much like they do these days, they released the console with a game, a signature game for the release, and that was the set that I wanted, and I got it for Christmas, and I was so excited about it, and I literally played it every day, non-stop, and I absolutely loved it. Um, so I think that's why that film is quite nostalgic for me
yeah,
because
I think we can all remember, especially gamers. We can always remember as a kid we really wanted these consoles, and all your friends you'd all be going, "Oh, do you think you'll get this? I can't wait for this. All this game's going to be on it." And
mm,
I think that's the kind of films I like. I like the ones that make me remember all the times that you tend to forget them, and then when you come around to Christmas, it jogs your memory, and then you start remembering
mm.
all
It's
the
like it
little
provoke
things you did as a kid.
it's like it provokes a nice, warm, fuzzy memory.
Yeah, I think that's why I like the older films that I grew up on. I don't think
Yeah.
and nothing really matches those. I can just watch those every year over and over again, and
Mm,
I love they make me laugh or cry or whatever just as much as the first time.
yeah. I think it'd be a bit uh, sort of going back to Single All the Way. For anyone who hasn't seen it that is listening, it's on Netflix. Do give it do give it a watch because it is a fun film. It's a heartwarming film. It's fantastic for LGBTQ plus representation. I think it's done really beautifully,
You've only got to
don't you?
mention that one actress in it, and everyone, all the gays will watch it. Nigel,
Who's that?
Jennifer Coolidge. She goes,
she,
the gays, they're obsessed with me.
she's, she is absolutely iconic in that film. And again, for anyone who hasn't seen it, I'm not going to give too much away, but the nativity in that
Oh,
film.
she's not a fan of the kids like me. It's great.
The nativity scene in that film with her is absolutely iconic.
She's the only reason I
And
watched it, to be honest. As soon as you said she
you
was in it, I was like, yep,
you know what? I
sold.
think we need to watch that this weekend.
Yeah,
Um,
just for her. She's the best
we
part of the
we
whole
definitely need
film.
to, because we haven't watched that as part of our Christmas films sort of rewatch, have we, yet? So I think we need to watch that this weekend at some point. But yeah, it's an amazing film, and like I say, it's done absolutely beautifully, and it's trying to think of the word. There's no I can't think of the word.
Well, there's not.
Stereotypes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Stereotypes. There's no stereotypes around gay people or anything like that.
Well, I
It's
think it does kind of touch on the stereotypes, remember, because it does kind of touch on the gays on Instagram and the wanting models that all look like six packs and always go to the gym, and then they kind of say that's not normal. This is a
I
normal
th
person, and then it shows you
yeah.
that. So
I
I think it
think
shows you both.
I think when I say, I think what I mean when I say it's not like stereotypical. It's not. It's not like it's portraying. It's deliberately portraying gay people in a certain way. I think it shows the real side of being gay.
Yeah,
But as you say,
they're not like
as you say,
talking with a lisp and all that kind, you
yeah.
know what I mean?
But
That
as
kind of stuff.
Yeah, but as you say, it does highlight that there are stereotypes within the community, I think, and that it's good that there are people that sort of challenge that stereotype and perhaps call it out a bit and say, no, this is a real person,
It does
you
have
know.
some camp moments though, especially the Britney
Yeah,
scene. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about that.
absolutely. But yeah, if you haven't watched Single All the Way, do go and watch it. It's on Netflix, and you will not regret it. You will thoroughly enjoy it. It's now time for Josh to get his tinsel out
It's not that kind of show.
and be a moany old bitch again. It's a festive complaints closet. I realised how that sounded when I said that.
You've set me dog off.
So, what is your complaint this time round?
I've already mentioned it a few times in this
It's
throughout.
not gonna be tinsel again, is it?
No, you keep mentioning tinsel, not me. It
Alright, tinsel
is.
toes.
It's family gatherings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that doesn't have to just be festive. It's just in general. I'm not a
Why?
fan. I'm just not. I'm just. The thing is, everybody's got a relative that they don't like. They're either
Mhm.
the racist auntie or the racist uncle, the homophobic uncle, or whatever. There's always somebody. There's someone that you don't like. And at a family gathering, you have to be nice to them.
Mhm.
I'm not good at that. I'm not
Especially
good
if
at
they're hateful
hiding.
themselves, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'm not good at hiding my emotions or my expressions on my face. So if I don't
Mm.
like you, you'll know when you look at me because I can't hide it. I'll roll my eyes at you and everything.
It's like you'll
Uh,
give the death stare.
yeah, and some relatives of mine, I'm not going to name them, but if they ever listen, they'll know. They talk about things that are clearly conspiracy theories.
Oh
Now,
God.
I do not stand for this nonsense. I cannot resist saying, "You're a fucking idiot."
That's harsh.
I'll say that
But
to their
fair.
face. I'll
But
say to
fair by the
them,
sounds of it.
I look at them and I say, "You are a moron," because that's stupid. And you know what I mean? And then also everybody drinks, so then they all end up being all like huggy and lovey all over you, and you're like, "No, I don't want a hug. Go away. You've probably got the flu or something." So I'm just not a fan of family gatherings in general. Like I don't mind them for like an hour. I'll go for an hour. Now I can drive those, so now I can leave whenever I wish.
True.
But
Unless you've
I
had a
don't know what
drink.
it like. Usually, because I'm usually in most gays in the family, you have some relatives that you really like. So you have like an auntie, a sibling, or a cousin, or something that you actually like. So you'll find them as soon as you get there, and then you'll all bunker down in the corner somewhere out the way, and you're all,
Mm.
and then your little group, then you'll bitch about all the rest of the family that you don't like. That's how my family gatherings go. But I have to do a few family gatherings, especially this time of year. And honestly, I'm not looking forward to them because I just don't like people. Some people I love that are going to be there, but I just don't have the energy for it. I just want to be at home. Honestly, I just don't. There's too many people at once in family gatherings. I can deal with like two, three people maximum. Once it starts going over that, and then there's music in the background, or people are drinking, and they want me to do stupid games or talk about conspiracy theories, I just don't have the energy for it. My energy runs out so fast. Within seconds, before they've even finished the sentence, my face is already saying, "I'm done. Go away. I don't want to talk to you." I just don't know what it is. I don't like family gatherings at all. I don't like weddings. I don't like birthday parties. I just don't like. anything that,
Funerals.
at least they're quiet.
You know what? You
But
say that
like,
it's when you're at family gatherings, particularly weddings and stuff like that. When you get relatives that sort of give you a nudge, you get your elderly relative that gives you a nudge, going, "You'll be next." I got
say
so
that at
fed up with it.
funeral.
I got so fed up with it. I started doing the same to them, and saying, yeah, at funerals, you'll be next.
But yeah, I just don't like gatherings in general. I just don't have the energy for it.
Mm.
Like people I don't know, I just don't have the time for them. They talk about the most stupid stuff that I just don't care about. And then they always go, "How you been? How you doing?" That's like they don't care. Why are you asking me this? You could have asked me this 6 months ago, but I haven't heard off you since last Christmas. So why are you asking me now? You clearly don't care because you would have asked me in January or April or something. I'll get like "Happy birthday" written on my Facebook wall in April, and then I'll get a "How are you" at Christmas. That's it. So you don't care. So why ask me? Just say "You're right." There you go. Yep, fine, done.
Nice and simple.
I think it's the fakeness of them as well. Everybody's too nice.
I think that's the thing. When you say you've got relatives that are like homophobic, racist, and
I didn't say I
yeah,
did. I just said families
no,
have them.
I'm saying in
I
general. I'm
definitely,
not saying you.
I
But
definitely do have
also when
family who vote reform or believe in conspiracy theories, so they could probably
get in the
fall into
bin,
some of those.
get in the bin, get in the bin.
Hopefully, they don't mention that at the family gatherings because it won't end well.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall in that family gathering.
What's your complaint?
Yeah,
Sorry,
because you've taken up
I nearly choked on my drink then. I spoke as I was swallowing it, and I was like, eh.
It's not like you to choke when swallowing.
I knew you were going to do that. I walked straight into that. It's normally your job. Yeah, I got you before you got me then, didn't I?
Right, my complaint, right?
Yep.
You know how people write in Christmas cards, Merry Christmas, this, that, and the other.
Hmm.
I fucking hate it when people put Merry Xmas. I am now channeling my inner Hyacinth Bouquet. I hate when people write Xmas.
Does that mean you hate
It's
the new Kylie song?
it's no, I don't hate the new Kylie song, but I hate it when
She put
people
Xmas?
I hate it when people write it in cards because I just think it's lazy. Just write Merry Christmas.
Maybe they're not
It's
religious and they don't want to write Christ.
but still,
Maybe
I
it's a
just don't.
kiss. Maybe they say Merry Christmas.
No, no, they're not. It's just laziness. I just think just write Christmas. It's just a few extra letters.
See, I'm
It's
not a
not that
fan of
difficult.
Christmas cards anyway. I don't really like Christmas cards because they get stuck on your door or
Hmm.
wherever, or they cover all over your shelves, and you're trying to dust and you can't because there's bloody cards everywhere, and then they just go in the bin. But instead of going in the bin though, you do always keep one from your old grandma in case it's the last card she wrote for you. Everybody does that.
I did,
See, I did that with my grandma as well. But yeah,
but
all
then,
the other
but then
cards, you know,
that,
when you
but
get them
then,
off your neighbours.
but then that said, I got that one off my nan and granddad after she passed away.
Yeah, you did have that weird thing, didn't you? You could tell that story actually. It's quite nice. Let's put that into the complaint. It's not a complaint, but we're going to plop it in there.
What story? The story of
The card.
yeah. So after my nan passed away a few years ago, so it was 8 years ago. Um, 8 years ago, a couple of days ago actually. It was the 18th of December. Um, she'd passed away in hospital before she'd had the opportunity to give us our presents and stuff like that. And Grandad went into a not a hospice but a care home because he wasn't able to look after himself, and we didn't have the correct facilities to be able to look after him properly. So he wasn't able to stay at home anymore. So he went into a care home. So we had our own little Christmas with him afterwards because he wasn't well over Christmas either. And when he gave us our Christmas cards and Christmas presents, it was all my nan had written it all. So when we got our Christmas gifts and everything, and she just gave us money, so we just got a Um, you get gift voucher cards where you just slip the gift vouchers in or something. We got them, but with money in, and she'd written them out, and it was haunting. It was spooky, but it was I think, quite poignant because my nan, she absolutely loved Christmas. It was her favourite time of the year because everyone got together, all the family were together, and she loved seeing the family get together. She loved seeing us kids open all the presents. She loved to be able to just give gifts to us, and yeah, so that was quite haunting. And I've kept them because I think the time that it just there's a lot of happy memories from that, and also
It's
a lot of
just it's
sadness
just
as
it's
well.
just random
It's
how that card was just lingering around somewhere under your nose, and then
mm,
when at a moment when you probably did need it, but you didn't know you needed it, it
mm,
just arrived, it just turned up.
mm,
So random.
yeah,
But yeah, so
and
we like those Christmas cards.
yes,
I'm just
absolutely,
I just don't like the ones from like you get
and
loads of all the neighbours and
and
stuff.
yeah, and she didn't write Merry Bloody Xmas either. She wrote Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. She actually wrote it properly.
I bet she would. I bet if she was here now, I bet she would now just to annoy you.
Probably, probably. Yeah. Although that would probably be my granddad that would do that, because he was always he was always the practical joker. He was always the one that would
You'd be giggling while
would
you're opening it.
he'd
That's
be
where you get
laughing
it
at me.
from. That's where you get it from.
Oh, he was a joker. He was brilliant. Absolutely loved him. And that is almost all we've got time for. But there is one little thing that I said we were going to save till the end.
And I forgot I said I would.
And Josh has forgotten it already.
It'd been about 20 minutes.
Josh, what would be your ideal present?
Oh God.
Your ideal Christmas present? And
I'm
it can
gonna
literally
sound really
be,
boring.
or what is something you really want the most at the moment? That'd be your ideal
Um.
present because it's what you want.
Oh, for like this Christmas,
Yeah.
I really want that Lego Game Boy.
Mm.
And there's a couple of Switch games like the Zelda Imprisonment Wars and Octopath Traveler Zero. There's a few games like that that I really want.
You can
It's
only
always
pick one
It's
you
always
can only pick
nerdy
one because
stuff for me.
you can only pick one because the clue was present, not presents.
Probably the Lego Game Boy because I do like Lego, but
Mm.
all my presents they're always nerdy. I'm just a nerd. I like nerdy stuff.
Yeah, but you're a lovely nerd.
Thanks.
You're
What would
you're
your
you're,
ideal
you're
present be?
so my ideal present would be the thing I want most this year, and that is
You're gonna say?
running.
Are
We're
you
running a
gonna
bit of
say that? You're gonna,
don't.
I
It's
know.
I've got to say it. I've got to say it, and we'll see if we've got the
Fine.
same thing. Right. So my ideal present, or the thing I
Mhm.
want the most this year, is the Lego Enterprise.
Enterprise.
the
Said it at the same
leg
time.
the Lego Enterprise from
Well, you ain't
Star
getting
Trek.
that off me. 'Cause it's about 500 quid.
It's not 500. It's about 349.
I ain't paying.
So,
That's nearly as much as my Switch.
so if anyone would like to get it for me and is feeling generous or would like to even
Yeah, but
set up
everybody should
a
know that
if
I
anyone
bought
would like
Nigel a Lego set four
no,
years
don't
ago, and he still
no
hasn't finished it.
don't To be fair, it's a big Lego set. It was
Yeah, and
the
how big do you
Ecto
think the
one from
Enterprise
Ghostbusters.
is?
It's bigger.
Yeah, you'd be retired by the time you build that.
Might keep it in the box, for like might get two actually. Keep one in the box and then build one. The
But
looks you're giving
you
me.
can barely find one online that's sold out. Good luck finding two.
Oh dear. They do say actually on the Lego site you can buy two, maximum of two per customer.
Well, I'll leave that to you because it ain't coming off me.
But yes, that is now all we've got time for this week's festive edition of the Gaily Digest. We hope that you have enjoyed it as much as we have bringing it to you. Um, I think it's safe to say that we wish you all a very Merry Christmas. We hope that you enjoy whatever it is you're getting up to this Christmas, whether it be with your family, your friends, your chosen family. But remember, it's a time of goodwill. It's a time for giving and receiving. Not in that way, Josh. And we
Could
hope that
be.
you have, well, it could be, yeah, true. But we genuinely do hope that you all have a fantastic Christmas and that you enjoy doing whatever you're doing. Um, but whatever you do, make sure you stay safe and make sure that you stay merry. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Under the rainbow lights were shining, every colored bulb is bright and gay. Nigel and Joshua guiding through the winter stars on our sleigh. Oh, the Gaily Digest hums LGBTQ news and fun. Warm your heart till Christmas comes. Nigel and Joshua #1. Stockings full of pride and cheer. Listen close and you will hear stories bold and voices clear, whispering love in your ear. From the North Pole to your heart, we bring joy that won't depart. Every jingle a brand new start. Tales of love that play their part. Oh, 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 oh. From the North Pole to your heart, we bring joy that won't depart. Every jingle a brand new start. Tales of love that play their part. Oh, the Gaily Digest hums LGBTQ news and fun. Warm your heart till Christmas comes. Nigel and Joshua #1. Snowflakes fall, but love stands tall. Colors blend and break the wall. Unity for one and all. Gaily bells that never stop. Snowflakes fall, but love stands tall. Colors blend and break the wall. Unity for one and all. Gaily bells that never stop.